Welcome to another TechHelp video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Yesterday, I showed you how to use a macro to resolve and prevent load conflicts if you're trying to load multiple forms at the same time in your Access database. Today, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use VBA. Now, I like the VBA trick better myself because I really am not a big fan of macros. I try to avoid them if I can. But, either one will work. I'm going to show you the VBA one today, so that's my preferred method, so let's get into it. All right, here's the copy of the database I'm using for this video. Let's close you. Let's go back into the auto-exec macro and get rid of that line that we put in there, design view. One of the things I hate about the macro is this action catalog. Go away. Okay. Here's the food log. We have to click on this little X over there to get rid of it. So now we're back to where we started with this guy. All right. Now, the trick is, here's the trick. I'll give it to you in English first, then I'll show you the VBA. The trick is we need to wait fully until this guy is done loading. That means you can't put the code in the onload. You can't put the code in the onopen because that runs right after onload or before it. One of the two, I forget. You can't put it in the onCurrent event. But what you can do is you can put it in the OnTimer event, because OnTimer runs a specified interval after the form is finished loading, and then every X milliseconds after that point. But it won't start for the first time until this form is finished loading. So it's able to load another form in the OnTimer event. Now we already have something in the OnTimer event, so we have to be wary of that. We've already using it for, we did that trick where we're setting it back to light gray. Remember, one of the real early lessons, we made it so that when we change the status box color to like red or yellow to warn the user, it waits a certain number of seconds and then it switches it back to gray, which is a really cool enhancement. So we have to take this into consideration as well. So whatever we put up here in the load event, we don't necessarily want it to run every time the timer runs. Right? So what we can do is in this form load event, as soon as it's done, we can say me.TimerInterval equals some short value. 100's enough. That's 100 milliseconds. That's a tenth of a second. But it's a tenth of a second after the form is finished loading. Okay? Now down in here, we can say DoCmd.OpenForm food log F. Okay. So now what happens, just to show you, if we close this, if I open the main menu, look what happens. It finishes loading this and then immediately loads this after the main menu is finished running. So the timer event fixes our problem. Now, we just have to deal with the fact that what do we do if another event, changes the color of this, which then calls that timer event again to, we don't want it loading a second time. So what I'm going to do is we'll just use a TempVar or some other variable to indicate that, hey, this is the first time that the database is loading. I want to load the food log, just this time. TempVars works perfectly for this. So TempVars, let's call it first load equals true. So when the database opens, we're going to set that to true. Now down in here, we're going to say, let me copy this to my clipboard so I don't have to keep retyping it. Okay. If TempVars first load equals true, then load that form and set TempVars first load equals false, and if. So now, when the timer is invoked, it will only run and open the food log if it's the first time that it's running. After that, for the rest of the database run, it won't load again. And this is one of the reasons I said that I prefer this method. It gives you a little more control. It's a little bit more difficult. It's a little more to understand, right? You have to know TempVars and timer intervals and all this stuff, but you're developers. So you should get this stuff. The macro one is good for, I had a student before who was in the beginner classes, and he wanted to be able to click a button and it opened like 5 forms that were on, at the same time, but a couple of them had other things loading and it was just a mess. So I said, well, put it in a macro, right? And then have the button run the macro. It'll open up all your different forms and reports. All right, debug compile once in a while. Let's close it. Let's restart the database from scratch. Open her up. And And there we go. No errors, no conflicts. All right, main menu opens. It sets that TempVar. The timer event kicks in. It then opens this form, sets the TempVar to false, and now we're good to go. And if anybody else invokes that status that changes this, it won't rerun this guy. And I'm not going to do it. Just trust me. I've been using this for about a week now. That's why I got 2 separate copies. I had to make a copy because I already did it in my copy of the database. So I'm like, all right, I got to show everybody that trick. That's a really cool trick. But there you go. That's going to be your tech help video for today. Again, give me your comments down below. Do you like this stuff? Do you not like this stuff? I want to hear what you have to say. Post it in the comments. And I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get 1 free beginner class each month, and yes, those are from my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get 1 free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject. And you get 1 free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.